Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Allevo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. Oil prices extended their advance this morning, buoyed by a broader upswing in financial markets after the U.S. Senate passed a bill that would end the longest U.S. federal government shutdown in history. I'll have more on that in a second. The record-long shutdown is expected to have led to a large backlog, likely to cause delays once the federal government reopens, from the payout of benefits to the release of important macroeconomic indicators whose absence has complicated deliberations on monetary policy by the Federal Reserve. Oil markets also set for a data-heavy week. On Wednesday, the International Energy Agency is set to release its yearly World Energy Outlook, followed by its November oil market report on Thursday. The U.S. Energy Information Administration short-term energy outlook for November and the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries monthly oil market report are both scheduled for release on Wednesday. Today's weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's the forecast.
Winds is shifting a little bit in Ohio for the rest of this afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at your forecast update. West winds on their way to southwest, bringing a little bit of an end to a large part of our lake effect precipitation and cloud cover. I'm not going to say we're bright, sunny, and clear everywhere through the rest of this afternoon. I think we still deal with some fair weather clouds from time to time, but the pattern is changing a little bit. West and southwest winds will dominate through the rest of the week. By the end of the week, temperatures will be moderating quite nicely. Next chance at moisture that we see across the region probably doesn't come until we get into early next week, so we're definitely looking at dry down happening from here forward. I'm meteorologist Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. The U.S. Senate voted Monday to pass a funding bill that would end the current partial government shutdown. The bill would fund USDA through next September, including most of the 2018 Farm Bill provisions. The bill would end the longest government shutdown in history. The bill still needs to be passed by the House and then also signed by President Donald Trump to reopen the government. The House has been out of session since September 19th, but House members are expected back to vote potentially as soon as Wednesday. The continuing resolution will reopen government immediately and extend funding for most federal agencies through January 30th, 2026. The bill, however, would fund USDA through the full fiscal year ending September 30th, 2026. Back with more after this.
When you're buying seed, there's more to a transaction than money. You're exchanging time and trust, hoping each decision adds up at harvest. Seed consultant sales professionals don't take that lightly. With products made to excel in the Eastern Corn Belt and agronomic knowledge that stands up to the test, we're all about the same things you are: reliability and results. Buy into a better seed experience. Visit seedconsultants.com to view our corn and soybean lineup.
Think biodiesel is just another fuel? Think again. Biodiesel is Ohio innovation on the move. Clean, green, and built to keep diesel engines running strong. It's an engine booster, a soybean supporter, and an environmental champion all in one. Every gallon reduces emissions, strengthens Ohio farms, and powers your ride. Drive with purpose. Choose biodiesel. Learn how at soyohio.org. Even with the government shutdown, the export markets in some cases are still happening. Let's find out more.
This is Ryan Metzger with Lice Mercantile, providing you with your USDA export inspections data update. This data represents the volumes of grain that has been physically loaded out for export for the week ending November 6th. On corn, we loaded out 56 million bushels. This came in at the low end of expectations. On soybeans, we loaded out 40 million bushels. This was also at the low end of expectations. On wheat, we loaded out 11 million bushels, also at the low end of expectations. Please visit our website at licemercantile.com to learn more about our crop insurance, grain marketing program, and brokerage services.
And thanks, Ryan. Today's market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. On the Chicago Board of Trade, December corn up a half, 4.30 1/4 cents. March up 3/4, trading 4.45 1/4, and May is 4 $4.54, up a half. November beans down 3 at $11.13. January down 2.5, trading $11.27.5, and March down 1 3/4 at $11.37.5. Wheat's mixed. Let's go with July new crop up 1/4 cent at $5.69, and September unchanged at $5.81.5. In livestock, December cattle $227.55, down $1. February $226.27, down 72, and April down 90 cents at $226.07. From there, pluses. December lean hogs $82.95, up 17. February up 47 at $83.30. January feeder cattle up $2.82, bringing it to $331.64. March up $2.65 at $325.87, and April $323.52, up $2.37. Thanks for joining us. This is the Ohio AgNet.